Zooming through chaos.
Hi guys, I'm Zoya from Zooming Through Chaos, the podcast I have with my two good friends. But as you can see, today I'm flying solo. It's just me, but don't worry, we're still gonna have so much fun. As we're gonna talk about books. As you might know from my previous video, I'm an avid reader. I do love reading. I cannot imagine myself not reading something. um and i'm I'd say I'm a mood reader, so like it really depends on my mood what I want to read. And I already have a video on our channel called, I don't remember the name, but it was about the books that you can read to feel cozy in the autumn, right? And now you're watching it and you're like, okay, so this is the middle of May, so you're gonna talk about spring. No, we skipped winter, we're gonna skip spring as well. So we're gonna talk about summer instead. Why not? Because summer is coming. Summer is amazing. If you don't like summer, something's wrong with you. You need to see someone about that. I'm just joking, but you know what I mean. Although I do prefer kind of like a cool summer, meaning that it's not too hot. Because when it's boiling, my brain is boiling and I cannot think about anything. I cannot work, I cannot do anything. Maybe that's why summers are so hot. Like, we're not supposed to be working in the summer. That's a great thought. I'm gonna stick to that. So, anyways, although I think this summer we're gonna enjoy another heat wave, but let's not go there yet. Anyways, we're gonna focus on the books that even if they do not take place in the summer, they still feel like summer itself. And we're gonna start with the first book, and it's by the author Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think you might have heard of her novel called The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I think this is one of the most famous one. Maybe Daisy Jones and the Six might be another one that is quite popular. But we are going to focus on Malibu Rising because it is mostly about like summery vibes and other stuff. So, anyways, let me read you the blurb and you're going to see why the book is here on this list. So, four famous siblings throw an epic party to celebrate the end of the summer, but over the course of 24 hours, the family drama unfolds and it will change their lives forever. So there are four siblings, as you can see from the blog, and the dynamics like among them is amazing. But anyways, it's so fun to watch them be in each other's lives and help each other out and just be there for each other. That's it. You're gonna get like a backstory of how like the parents met and like what happened and what's happening in each of their lives like individually. So, and then of course them like throwing this epic party is gonna show you a lot. It's gonna reveal a lot of stuff. And but I'd say it's still a light read because it makes you think, but you're still there. It's Malibu, it's hot, there's ocean there, there's surfing all the time. And I'm saying it because I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because it makes me want to move somewhere where there's ocean and I can learn how to surf, right? And maybe that was the whole reason for her to write such a book. So people, move somewhere closer to some kind of body of water. But who knows? Who knows? So, anyways, I highly recommend you this book and to read it in the summer. It takes place in August because it's like the end of summer party. Yeah. Um, so, yeah, I highly recommend that. You will not regret reading it for sure. Yeah. So, anyways, let's move on. And the next one is by my I want to say my favorite writer. Can I say it? I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna say it. She's one of my favorite writers, and her name is Beth O'Leary. I already recommended one of her books in my previous video, and I'm gonna do and recommend another of her books because you should read all of her books. She's amazing. The writing style is great. The way she notices some small details in people's behavior, and it's uncanny. Like, I know, it's great. So, anyways, the blurb for this one, and it's called The Road Trip, and it goes like this. Wait a second. Oh, it's gonna be a lengthy one, but bear with me, please. Eddie and her sister are on an epic trip to a friend's wedding in rural Scotland. But not long after setting off, a car slams into theirs. The driver is none other than Eddie's ex, who she hasn't seen since their traumatic breakup 2 years earlier. Dylan, this is the ex, and his best mate are heading to the wedding too, so Eddie has no choice but to offer them a ride. And with 400 miles to go, they can't avoid confronting the very messy history of their relationship. Will they make it to the wedding? And more importantly, is this really the end of the road for Eddie and Dylan? Well, yeah, that is also, it sounds intriguing. And I'm gonna say that some parts of the book are quite relatable. Like, I think most of us have been through some kind of breakup, and it is brutal, of course, while you're like in it, in the process of it, and then the aftermath can get messy for sure. So if there's some kind of unfinished business left, you will have to face it one way or another, right? So that gives you some food for thought about like relationship in general. There are some bits about friendship too, which I adore, because I think there are not enough books about like friendship, only it's mostly about like romantic relationships, couples, whatever. But here, yeah, I quite enjoyed it. As I said, like, I enjoy reading her books in general. This one is not an exception. And yeah, so it gives you some stuff to think about and reflect maybe on your life, on your life choices. Don't go to any dark places if you don't need to. So yeah, I'd say it's a great read. It's a light read with some serious stuff going on, which, like, all of the books I'm gonna mention are like this. Anyways, and for the last pick, I'm gonna give you not one but several books. And yes, you're welcome. Uh, there is a writer called Emily Henry, and she's published, well, several books. Um, and maybe you've heard of her books, such as People We Meet on Vacation or You and Me on Vacation. They have like the same book, two different titles. Not so different, they're similar. Then we've got Book Lovers, Beach Read. Well, Beach Read says it all, right? And then we have Happy Place, also another one of her novels. And you can choose any of them, and it's gonna be a treat because they all take place on somebody's vacation or holiday, whatever you call it. And that it doesn't automatically mean summer, but if I'm not mistaken, all of the books like take place somewhere in the summer. I'm currently reading Book Lovers, and the book takes place in August. Yeah, and it's she she's kind of fond of like this enemies to lovers trope, I guess. And no shame, it's fine. Like, you do you. um i I'd say that Book Lovers might be my favorite out of all of her books that I've read. There is a new one, I think, that came out like somewhere in April this year, so I haven't read that one, unfortunately, but I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, you pick any of her books. There's gonna be summer there. There's gonna be some romance. There's gonna be some trauma. There's gonna be some stuff resurfacing from the past and whatnot. And yeah, it's quite enjoyable. Like, the writing style is great. There are some twists like coming your way. Well, depending on the book, but yeah, I think one of them that is quite more serious than others, I'd say, is Happy Place. As for me, it's also about exes, like the road trip. But anyways, here are your picks to read if you want to feel the summery vibes. Taylor Jenkins Reid, Malibu Rising. Then we've got The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. And then there is Emily Henry with all of her books being about vacation, holiday, some kind of breaks, and people falling in love, or falling back in love, or not falling back in love, or just having fun, enjoying themselves. So this is what we need from the summer, right? We need some outdoor activities. We need to hang out with people we love, like, enjoy, spending our time with. Yeah, lots of sunshine, some body of water nearby, river, sea, ocean, whatnot. You choose, you do you. And yeah, so if one of these books help you to get there faster, because yes, this is the middle of May, but you can, get ready for the summer. And I'm not talking about going to the gym. I'm talking about training your other muscle, which is reading muscle. So yeah, it's also worth doing. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope that was useful for you. And if you've read any of the books, please leave the comment below. If you haven't read but you would like to read some of them, please do too. Leave a comment below. And if you have any other suggestions that the books that we can read in the summer and enjoy them and the summer itself, please leave a comment below. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Bye bye.